where you can Hey everyone, welcome back. It is that time once again where we take a look at the new upcoming games set to release, this one for the month of March 2025. Let's do it. All right, so first up this month is Fragpunk, a new fast-paced 5v5 hero shooter with quite a poppy and vibrant art style. The gameplay I've seen looks legitimately solid, but at the same time, man, a pretty tough genre to be stepping into in 2025 with so many massive already established hero shooters out there. It's gonna be a lot of competition. Now that said, you never know when a game's gonna come out and find its own audience, and maybe Fragpunk will do just that. One distinct thing setting this game apart is its card system of power-ups, buffs, debuffs, and just some outright crazy effects that drastically alter the rules for every match. So basically, you get to select from a random assortment of options at the beginning of each match that shake up things rather significantly, allowing both teams to activate effects such as increased headshot damage, exploding bullets, the ability to swap health with a target, damage reduction options, passive health regeneration, making alterations to the map layout itself, increasing the size of enemy head hitboxes, or even shrinking the size of your own. This system seems to really mix up the gameplay, with each team picking from a random assortment of options with over 150 total different cards to pick from in the whole pool. Now beyond that, their standard game mode called Shard Clash is your typical attack first defense, where one team's goal is to plant a bomb at one of multiple sites while the other team has to defend it. Each match of this mode goes for 7 rounds, each of those rounds lasting about 2 to 2.5 minutes. And then other than that, I mean, yeah, it is a tactical first-person shooter where you're also playing as a hero character. You're going to pick from a selection of 14 available heroes at the game's release, with more planned to come. Each come with their own unique abilities and ultimates, think along the similar lines of what you kind of get from Valorant, Overwatch, or
this
Marvel
game doesn't
Rivals.
have any hot
You also
chicks in
pick
it,
your weapon, choosing from 17 available options. Some of these even have their own special abilities, like shooting faster over time or getting special burst fire attacks, etc. They say that the game has a relatively short time to kill, requiring staying on your toes and peeking around every corner. They also incentivize trying out a variety of heroes, weapons, and cards with a lot of different combinations to mix and match. And then beyond the main mode, that Shard Clash, they also have an arcade category with more casual modes like a team deathmatch, or practice mode where you can team up with other real people and play against bots just to learn the ropes. Early reviews and impressions I've seen have been fairly positive, although as mentioned, yeah, this is a really tough and competitive genre to be releasing a game for. We'll see how it goes though. Fragpunk launches on March the 6th, coming to PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Before we go any further with the rest of the list though, get a brief word from today's sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Game of Thrones King's Road. This is a free-to-play exclusive events. All right, back into this month's list, we've got Hazelight Studios, developer of the critically acclaimed It Takes Two and A Way Out. They are back with yet another co-op experience. This one goes by the name of Split Fiction, and according to the studio, this is a boundary-pushing co-op action-adventure where you alternate between characters Mio and Zoe. They are contrasting writers, one writing sci-fi, the other writing fantasy, who have become trapped in their own stories after being hooked up to a machine designed to steal their creative ideas. You're basically relying on each other to break free with your memories intact, working together to master a variety of abilities and overcome diverse challenges while jumping between the sci-fi and fantasy worlds. Now, as with their prior games, this is going to be a narrative-driven adventure with a lot of platforming, exploration, and puzzle solving, where you have to use the two different characters working together to bypass various obstacles and challenges. This is a co-op game, full stop, designed to be played with 2 players. Each level in your adventure will alternate between Zoe's fantasy settings and Mio's sci-fi worlds. So you'll have to escape a sun that's going supernova, take on a monkey in a dance battle, battle a bad kitty, and ride everything from gravity bikes to sand sharks. You're going to visit a lot of different locations, each one with its own unique look, new game styles to enjoy, and new mechanics and abilities to master. And since you have to work together with a partner, since this is a co-op focused game, as with their prior titles, if you purchase Split Fiction, you get a friends pass and you can invite anyone to play with you completely free. And this invite also works cross-platform as well, whether they're playing on PC or console. So since this is a game designed to be play co-op, they're not expecting everyone to buy an individual copy. You can buy your own copy if you're interested, and then try to convince a friend or someone you know to play with you. That's pretty cool. I mean, yeah, both of their prior games were incredibly well received, both critically but also from users. And this one is looking pretty solid as well. So it seems like a fairly fairly safe bet. Split Fiction will be launching on March 6th for PlayStation, PC, and Xbox. All right, next up we have got Atomfall, which I am maybe unreasonably very excited for. I just think this looks pretty cool. It's giving like Fallout and Stalker vibes, but in a more confined space with some adventure survival mechanics thrown in as well. Also, as I have touched on in the past, the game is a must-see for me personally because I'm just a big fan of Rebellion, the studio making it. They're best known for the Sniper Elite franchise, which I've always enjoyed. I still need to check out Resistance, but I've played like every other game in the series thus far. I just really like the games that they make. It's like a mid-level studio, and they're not the most polished, not the most like grandiose games, but they deliver a lot of fun for me. So I'm definitely checking this out. Anyway, Atomfall is set in an alternate history 1960s where the wind-scale nuclear disasters turned northern England into this radioactive quarantine zone. This is inspired by real-world events, but in an alternate history what-if scenario with some supernatural twist to it. We'll be traversing the Lake District of northern England, uncovering mysteries about the quarantine zone as well as the people who inhabit it. This locale is made up of a series of interconnected areas. You've got rolling green hills, lush valleys, rural villages, and plenty of hidden secrets to discover. Each area has its own distinct theming and points of interest. So you've got a small town that's been taken over by this heavy-handed British military. You've got vast wilderness, all dotted with camps and bandits and cultists, and a lot of different underground bunkers patrolled by autonomous machines and these radiated feral creatures. There's also an abandoned rail yard, a derelict stone quarry, verdant rolling hills, secret bandit hideouts, and bunkers to the British Atomic Research Division, which are going to play a key part in your adventure. So as you explore these different areas, you're going to pick up leads by talking to NPCs or discovering clues in the environment, and this is going to direct you to new objectives, opportunities, and stories, and everything's open-ended with you are able to pursue these quests in whatever order you please. There's a lot of combat in the game. If you choose to engage with it, this can be approached in many different ways. You've got guns and ranged weapons, as well as melee brawls and stealth takedowns. They've got a fairly fleshed out stealth system with a lot of hiding and distraction tools. They even said you could finish the entire game without killing an Xbox. The first Berserker Kazan. This is a linear action combat Souls-like, straight up. I played the demo recently. It seems fairly well put together, but yeah, it's basically a cel-shaded Souls-like as far as I can tell. Something that makes me a little sad though is the recent revealing that this is actually a spin-off of what was originally supposed to be Project BBQ, which was previously a MMO that was in development from this studio that I was actually really looking forward to, but they eventually scrapped the MMO and then retuned those assets into the game that we have here today, which just makes me infinitely sad. Not because this doesn't look good, because it does, and what I've played was pretty good, but man, dude, what is up with MMOs? Like, they keep getting canceled. A lot of the ones that do come out just end up crashing and burning. Why is my favorite genre so cursed? Can someone explain? I understand a lot of the reasons. It's nevertheless very sad for me. Anyways, the first Berserker Kazan, this has you moving through these handcrafted, mostly linear levels, engaging in action combat, taking on groups of enemies, with the periodic difficult boss encounter mixed in as well. Like, so it is a third-person action combat game with the standard assortment of light and heavy attacks. You've got different combo chains alternating between these, with even contextual attacks, like variations for when you're falling, when you're dashing, when you're backstabbing, etc. There's a large variety of boss fights that reward proper timing and positioning, on top of having to learn the encounters and the moves of said boss. Even the first one in the demo that I played, which was this big Frost Yeti thing, pretty tough, not gonna lie. I died for like 15 minutes straight before I finally managed to topple him. So yeah, seems like boss counters might actually be a challenge. Power progression and build variety, so you're gonna have a wide range of weapons and armor. You're gonna find these in loot chests or as drops from enemies that you kill. They come in different levels and rarities with increasing power and stats. There's even armor sets with unique bonuses. The more pieces you have, the more perks you get from the set. Weapons and armor also come with their own ability to upgrade as well, making them stronger. Lots of skill combinations to pick from. Each weapon has its own set of skills to be combined to create different play styles. And as you play, you're going to level up, gaining skill points, which let you unlock new attacks, modifications, and enhancements for the wide range of different things that you can do. And as you can probably see from the footage here, the game has a fairly unique visual. It's like this 3D cel-shaded style. So if you like Souls-style games, which this is, they even have the bonfires resetting enemies, and the fact that you drop souls on death, requiring you to go back and retrieve them. That is all here, and this seems like a pretty decent one from the little bit that I've played so far. Once more, there is a free demo available right now, so you can play the game and check out the very first 2 levels, which is like a couple of hours of content. I like what I've seen. Seems pretty good. The first Berserker Kazan will be launching on March 27th for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. Now, I also wanted to mention another game that I'm very very much so looking forward to, and that is Kingmakers. Now, this actually doesn't have a set release date as of this moment, as of this recording, but I put it in this video because it is scheduled to launch in Q1 2025, which would mean either this March or the following month of April, unless they happen to announce a delay. So what is Kingmakers? Well, this is set in medieval Great Britain in 1400 AD. You play as this elite task force operator transported 500 years back in time to avert a future apocalypse. You can choose to fight for either England, Scotland, or Wales, thus changing the course of human history with multiple possible outcomes depending on your actions. So you are back in time, taking on hordes of medieval armies, using modern day weapons and vehicles. The premise alone is just golden, right? And the gameplay footage I've seen really sells it. Like, this just looks like a plain old-fashioned good time, simple as. It's a third-person sandbox game with these action strategy elements, so you can actually switch between the third-person shooter mode as well as a top-down strategy mode. In shooter mode, again, you're going to be using modern weapons and vehicles, from assault rifles, shotguns, and grenade launchers to armored cars, motorcycles, helicopters, and tanks. And then in strategy mode, you can command your own army of medieval units with cavalry, archers, swordsmen, and more, having them clash with the enemy before swapping back into third person and joining the battle yourself. And they say you can seamlessly switch between combat as well as issuing orders at any time, with a lot of different strategic possibilities. Each battle you engage with runs in a fully real-time simulation with thousands of soldiers fighting simultaneously. They've got co-op with up to 3 friends leading their own armies alongside yours. And there's going to be different customization options as you can choose banners, colors, and formations.
Always trying to invade.
Yeah, this looks great. Pretty simple premise, but looks like a lot of fun. Really hope we get to play it soon. Again, funny. Kingmakers is set to release in the first quarter of this year, so that should either be this month or the next. All right, so those are the games that I am most interested in checking out this month. Now let's dive into the list of honorable mentions. There's quite a few, as always. The creators of 2 Point Hospital and 2 Point Campus are back. This time, we are in charge of safeguarding historic artifacts in 2 Point. Wanderstop is a narrative-centric cozy game about change and tea. You play of Assassin's Creed Shadows this month. As mentioned in the recent 2025 RPG 20th. Killing Floor 3 is the next installment in this action horror series, an FPS that puts you boots on the ground as a Nightfall specialist, joining forces with up to 5 teammates to battle waves of zombies, earning currency, unlocking skills, building an arsenal, and then going at it again. They say that every enemy has been redesigned and 25th. Mini Royale is a battle royale game where you play as a tiny army toy soldier. There you go.
Yes.
That's it. Your battlefield is a kid's bedroom, as you'll be swinging from the curtains, dodging around towering action figures, and zipping across the room using a grapple gun. The developer says that Mini Royale delivers intense skirmishes and unforgettable moments with its unique blend of fun strategy
I'll be
and
trying this one out.
action. It's a simple concept, but it looks pretty neat. Mini Royale will be launching on March 27th, and there is currently a playable demo available if you want to check it out.
I have tried this.
All right, so a couple of other things I want you to know about this month. First of all, Steam Next Fest. It is currently underway, lasting another day or so from the time when this video will be going. And then also there's Exoborn. So this is a first-person extraction game. I played a lot of the playtest like a week or so ago and really liked it. Although, man, any new games in this extraction shooter genre are seemingly having a tough time of taking off. Like I don't think we've seen any really take off besides the ever ongoing popularity of Tarkov. Maybe this one does it. I don't know. It seems pretty good. I've enjoyed it. They've got a playtest running right now, lasting up until March 20th if you want to try it for yourself. And with that, we will wrap up this month's list. As for the games that I'm most interested in trying out, well, pretty much everything at the top of the list I want to play. I like to spend some time with Fragpunk, Split Fiction, Atomfall, First Berserker, as well as Kingmakers. And yes, I probably will be playing.
Yeah, I'll probably try some of that as well. In all honesty, I kind of want to play some games, some more games, and I also need to hang out with Lolo. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, then please like the video, subscribe, and if you really like it, then share it with some of your friends. My goal here is to spread a positive message while sprinkling my 2 cents on big topics like American, Indian, and world geopolitics, and even small stuff like Twitch drama and online debacles. And if you want to see it live, come join me over on Twitch, twitch.tv/ActuallyElrod. That's where I'm going to do all my reactions, and after the reactions, that's where we get down a game. And if you're like, hey, I have a video that I want this dude to sprinkle his 2 cents on, then come over on my Discord and let me know and join the community there. And while we're at it, I have to say thank you to everybody who has made that Discord just so poppin'. I never thought I'd have a Discord that's so flowing. It's really cool to see. Shout out to you, Bobby, Omni, Demon, all of you who have been in there who are just super active. Logie, you're the man. Logie is the one who's like modding and helping run the server. So thank you, Logie. Lastly, I challenge you. I have a challenge for you. Make somebody laugh today. We all know there's enough hate and vitriol in the world. If energy is contagious like the flu, then let's spread and get everyone contagious with our positive energy, right? Not negative energy, because there's so much of that. And if we could just be a small little change in someone's day, then you never know. Maybe that's the thing that starts shifting this world to a happier, healthier, just better place. And with all of that said and done, thank you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.